Hmm. Woohoo! Here we are! Yay! Welcome to Letting Spirit Drive, otherwise known as LSD. Thanks for the trip. With Arthur, Ease Your Mind, and Marina.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
That's it. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Yeah.
Yes.
And Marina here from Heart Centered Tarot, and I'm Aley from Heart and Soul Connected. I have to tell you a funny, actually, about that intro song.
Sure.
Terry Renner, she does our dream show. When I wasn't around, she and I, she's one of my, like Marina and I have a connection with our channels. And she said, I love the picture. So she said, I introed with that. And she said, and then I realized, oh. I thought that was cute. I really did.
Absolutely.
So yeah, here we go.
I think after we mix the music at the end, it's a little, it cuts off kind of short. I didn't realize until I heard it today. But
Okay.
anyway, hi ladies.
We love it. We love it. I know. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Lots of people here from your channel, Arthur. We're happy to see them.
Nice.
And
Well, if you're here from my channel, make sure you go to Aley's page and you go to Marina's and subscribe.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
And likes and all that good stuff.
We thank you for that. Marina's working on being this close to 8,000, I think. Still, we got to get you over the hump. So
You know what? I have been over the hump several times.
I know you have.
And then it goes back down. And then and then goes back down. It's like, okay, come on.
I
Come
know.
on already.
Hi, this is Sisyphus from Heart Center Tarot. How can I help you?
Yes.
We're going to push it up the hill, but tomorrow night it's coming back down. That's
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So
right. Yeah.
what can you do? What can you do?
Bitch.
No.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm seeing some questions coming in here that people may have. And what I want you to know is we may see them all. They may be there. We can't answer all. This is more of a letting spirit drive, which means we just kind of float into what topic we might. But you can go ahead and put them in, remembering that this is mostly cultural and political.
Coffee chat.
No personal. Yeah. There you go. Oh, Janet Jackson is here. Miss Jackson.
Woohoo!
Welcome.
Nice.
No, I'm not picking on you, Janet. You're probably not the Janet Jackson everyone knows, but we're happy you're here anyway. And thanks everybody for being here.
Also, thank you to all the moderators.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Our moderators rock. They really do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. So yes, today JB Pritzker was saying, you're not coming here to Chicago. We haven't got anything wrong. And the Trump reply to that was,
He's a slob.
He's a slob. He's fat. He needs to go to the gym. Like, has he not looked in the mirror?
Hello?
Well, I'm sorry you can't go to the gym because of your cankles, but never mind.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like what's one of the guy of Maryland asked him, said, hey, I'll go walk with you if you want.
Right. But you've noticed his walk, haven't you? Did you see the weekend pictures? Part of that is neurological, but part of it is his Lewy body.
Yes.
It affects the walk. And of course, you all saw the bruise.
No, I saw spackle.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
I saw the spackle as well.
I mean, can he ask a drag queen to teach him how to like blend?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they do it on purpose that way. Maybe he's got somebody working on him and they're like, let's make this
No, he's
look
probably
awful.
too cheap and does it himself.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway.
Why are they going through it in gold leaf?
Maybe Carolyn is the one who applies it. Carolyn.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
His wonderful press secretary. That's right.
Right. This is just me saying something entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
I want to choke her with that cross.
She doesn't wear it all the time. Sometimes I think it's too hot.
It
I
burns
think you're right.
It burns the skin when it's against it. So.
Yes.
Absolutely. And he said the quiet part out loud today when he said, many people have said they would welcome a dictator here.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which means I'm going to say this, like everybody. Oh yeah, everybody also says they want lower prices on everything.
Yeah.
Hint,
Yeah.
hint.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
you can't control that. The dictator. Oh yeah, I can show up for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did not see. Is this the woman? What's her name? Oh God, I just
Bertoli or
Maloney.
Maloney.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that's who you mean, Helen. Yeah, you could see her face when they were in that meeting, and it was always
Oh,
just, and I don't blame her. You can't hide that stuff. You really
no,
can't.
no, rolling her eyes and yeah.
Mhm.
It,
Yeah. Yep.
I'm afraid that I would have a hard time not saying something or not letting it show on my face. That's why I could never be a politician.
So if he goes to Denmark, we can say something's rotting in Denmark.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Nothing against Denmark.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Marina, you got a shout out here. You said her daughter would be accepted to McGill, and she was.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
wonderful.
you. Fabulous. Fabulous.
It's great for your daughter. We're happy to know
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So I got some questions. Unless you guys have something you want to particularly say.
There once was a man from Nantucket. Never mind.
Yeah.
Does that rhyme with effort? Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of effort. Yeah. Oh,
I
God.
was before we came on, I was just checking in with the BBC, and Israel apparently bombed a hospital, and with some news people in there, and Netanyahu has come out and basically said, oh my God, it was a tragic mistake. We're immediately going to issue an investigation and so on and so forth. You know what? That kind of incompetence, that's not a mistake. That's by purpose.
That was not incompetence.
No.
That was
on purpose. And I really hope that there's a lot of people that are going to get up in arms around the world and like this guy has got to go. Like, you are killing not only innocent civilians, but media people.
Oh yeah, they don't care what they kill. They don't have any care.
Well, that's what Trump wants to do, is kill all the media people.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, and all the homeless people and all. He wants to. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, yeah, and bomb the hospital twice in a row. The first bomb fell, and then there was people who came in to try to rescue and whatnot, and bombed that.
They dropped the other one.
Please, that's not a mistake. That's not a mistake.
There was an interview on YouTube. There's a man walking down the street. He's a Hasidic Jew with the hat and his curls. Yes. And he said, "Sir, can I ask you a question?" And the guy said, "Sure." And he asked him about Israel, and he said, "Do the Jews really want to have this Jewish state there? Is this really something that's real?" Absolutely not. It was fine. We got along with the Palestinians. Everything was great until Zionism came in. And that's what's creating this whole thing. And he said, there's nobody in this community that wants anything to do with Netanyahu. And of course, he's a criminal. Yeah. So it's so sad that they just keep good. It's like, I am surprised there's anything left at all, actually.
I know. I know. And it's awful. And particularly I mean, there's a lot of things about it that trouble me, but you are trying to annihilate a civilization. Did you not just experience that? How many, 60, 80 years ago? Did your people not go through that? And now you're willfully doing it to someone else.
Yeah.
But at
Did you learn nothing? Yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about the Holocaust and all the things that happened to you in the Holocaust?
Yeah. Yep.
You know, how
Salacious.
can I feel empathy for him? And I do realize that it is him and his
Yeah,
regime.
just like
It is not the majority.
we're dealing with Trump.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's horrendous. It really
Yeah,
is. History does repeat itself. You're absolutely
Yes.
right, because people don't learn.
Yes.
And you know,
Because they keep on changing the education department, so they don't.
yeah,
exactly.
right, absolutely,
Exactly. Yeah.
absolutely.
You want to find out about your country's history? Get a history book written about your country from another country.
Or from 1945.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Marina was talking last week, I think it was, about Kilmar,
Mhm.
with Abrego Garcia. And they're saying now he's going to be deported to Uganda. Now, why? Is that
Well-
another place that needs people to work in their fields or something?
No, what the deal was, you know, when they came back, all of a sudden they're trumped up charges
Yes.
that, you know,
Yeah.
about him trafficking people and all this other stuff, and so they're using all that. And they told them, if you sign this paperwork that, you know, you plead guilty to this, we'll send you to Costa Rica, you know, with your family, whatever. But if you don't sign this, you're going to Uganda.
Yeah.
He did sign it, though. No.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's why they're saying they may send him to Uganda.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That.
yeah.
Yeah. It's all about retribution, and it's all about. I mean, why would you need him to plead to something if you have the proof that he is absolutely guilty? Why do you need a plea deal? Go to court. Go to court. State your case.
Well, they already said it was. They shipped him by mistake, and the person that said that was fired from the DOJ. So it's
Yeah. You can't tell the truth in this administration. So I get here, briefed in command.
Yeah.
And that sounds like what you said. And look at misleading headlines.
Yes.
They're believing things that aren't true. And then I get true to their word. They're going to follow up on this. I don't think we're going to
unfortunately, I feel he's going to go to Uganda, but I feel he comes back.
Okay, good.
When the Orange Crush goes away.
Yeah.
Everything hopefully will go back after that. Ooh, borders and deport. Oh my God, Marina. Yeah. Yep.
This.
And my creepy kids cards say,
betrayed and backstabbed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And he hadn't seen his family for 160 days, and they just let him see the family? Is that?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I don't know.
There's also a heart-wrenching interview that Tim Miller did on Bullworth a couple weeks ago with the Venezuelan hairdresser.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's cute as a button. He's bright. I mean, he does not hold it against the American people. But he point blank asked him if he was abused. He said, I'm not, I have to keep my mouth shut because of lawyers or whatever, basically. But he said, but what you heard is true.
Yeah, sure. It is. I'm sure it is. Yeah. And if they knew that the hairdresser was gay, it would be even worse, wouldn't it? Because there's no tolerance for anything besides, this.
No, it just makes you in the prison system, it identifies you as being weak.
Yeah, right.
And someone that, could easily prey upon. So, you got $20 in your canteen. I want that $20.
Sure.
No
rules.
Can I speak to George Santos, please?
Yes. Yes.
That would be a good thing for George to work on.
Oh, I had somebody asked me on my show yesterday about what is he up to in prison. And of course I just said, he's directing Prisoners of Love and he has a great time. And I have to admit, somebody wrote the funniest thing ever. He says, no, he's directing 7 Bridegrooms for 7 Brothers.
Yes, it was.
That
I
is good.
cracked up. Yes,
That is
That's awesome.
priceless. So,
Yeah, it's
Yes.
perfect. Perfect.
absolutely.
So you guys, have you heard anything about Trump's kids?
No,
Laura Trump is
actually,
the only one I've heard about. And she was singing again at something, and everybody gets really upset because she has no voice. But I haven't
no,
heard.
they're being very, very, very quiet. They're
I
not.
feel well, compared to the first time round,
Yes.
they're all being told to shut up,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
or else
He's
Stephen Miller
already-
will deport them.
He's already saying things. Of course, Trump wants to know how he's going to get to heaven on the end of a string, because he's told that he has to do some good things before, or he may not get in, So, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him necessarily go. I want him to face justice.
I don't know if that's going to be possible.
I've always said E. Jean Carroll gets her money, but maybe from the estate.
Yes.
Well, that sounds about, well, did you hear the 500 million, wasn't it? Or civil case money? They're fighting against that. It's too big or it's too much or something. Yeah. I don't know.
But you know what? As I said on my show earlier, I never want to wish ill
No,
upon
neither.
someone else.
Yes. Right.
So, I'm not wishing that he passes away. However, I am waiting with anticipation for the opportunity to read his obituary. I think that's different.
So did you hear about Texas Paul? You know who Texas Paul is?
Mhm.
He's a guy down in Texas. He's a Democrat, and he always does these short videos. And he was saying that James Dobson died today or yesterday.
A couple days ago,
Focus on the family. But his example of what was in the book, when he explained it, just about maybe tip over. It makes sense, but as far as GOP. But he said, when your son is being unruly, you take him into the shower with you and you show him your penis, and then he'll see who's in charge. I mean, and all these people are being arrested all over the place, all these preachers and people that work with kids for pedophilia everywhere. And I know there must be some Democrats out there that do it, but you don't hear about it that much. There aren't like scads of them somewhere. So I don't know.
This show is coming to an end, and we're just more and more every day. We're just going to hear things that are going to make us kind of shake our head. Pay attention to what's happening in the news. Know that things are not as they are being presented. Use your better judgment, use your discernment, and don't sit back waiting for a hero. There are no heroes.
We're the heroes, each one of us.
Yes. Yeah. Be your own hero. Don't be waiting for, well, someone should say something. Someone should do something. You're someone. Do it. Say it.
Right.
Don't.
Right. Well, speaking in that regard, the veterans are all lining up to do a sit-in in DC. They just started today. So they need to do that, because the national, and the reason I think the National Guard and the people that are being brought in from the 19 red states that they've picked out, they have no interest in seeing that man go. They love him. They'll do anything for him.
Not necessarily, not all of them. No, the states,
right?
Governors, but not the people themselves. Yeah.
Right.
And what happens when we have a tornado or some natural disaster happens,
Right.
and there's no National Guard because they're FEMA now, and there's no National Guard to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Biden's fault.
Oh, well, of course it is.
No, you're wrong. It's Obama's.
Oh, well, that's
sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. That's why we put his picture up in a hallway, way up high, or something in a back room, or
No. It just all of them. But when you talked about Jim Phelps and say your son misbehaves taking to the shower with you,
yeah,
I could just imagine. Hey, Mom, you're right.
Yeah. Yes.
I love that. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we always said your father was the dick.
Yes.
Yeah. Listening to
Cream of
Pritzker-
mushroom soup again.
Yes.
Oh God. So if he does try to deploy the Guard, J.B. Pritzker told his people in his speech to do nonviolent protestation. And I don't think any governor of any state has ever said, which is great. I'm glad he said it. It's wonderful. Yes. But I don't think any other governor of any state has ever said anything like that. Of course, we have to say that California.
Well, Newsom is pretty close to it.
Oh my God, he's fabulous. All his pictures of him riding a raptor and stuff,
Yes.
Oh no, I think the best
for your attention. Yeah.
When he was leaning, when he's praying, and there's Tucker Carlson holding his one shoulder, Kid Rock's holding the other, and Hulk Hogan is an angel behind him holding it on his back. And then the White House said, how immature, how they were like blasting it. And then they wrote back, oh, sorry, we put up the wrong one. And then they put up the one of Trump as the Pope from the White House website.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't. If he tries to deploy, I'm sorry. I was going to deploy to Chicago.
Yeah.
It's not going to go the way, just like in Los Angeles here. It didn't.
That's right. It's not going to go the way he thinks it's going to go. There's no problem. It's like there's nothing wrong. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, well, but according to him, the murder rate now in Washington, D.C. is zip, nada.
Yeah.
We did away with it. It used to be.
Absolutely, because it already had gone way. Yes, because no one goes anywhere.
Yes.
It's like COVID all over again,
Yes.
Trump signed 2 executive orders. One of them yesterday, he said that the money for the infrastructure bill that was voted on by both Republicans and Democrats is now defunct. He'll be doing something else with that money. And that's not even, you don't do, how is that possible? And now he's taking steps to end cashless bail.
That's not going to happen.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What are you going to have? Hey, you want to look me up
for funding for his phone company?
Oh, yeah.
They're the things that he is doing now. He has no idea what he's doing. His mental state is to the point that from 1 minute to the next, literally, he has no idea. So he can say whatever he wants. He can sign whatever executive order he wants. It's not going to work. And sure, he can say, it's an emergency. Yeah, your diaper's full, dude. That's an emergency too,
Yeah.
So, that's.
Well, this is an interesting question, Corey. What will happen on the Las Vegas Strip with excessive pricing? Will prices come down soon for rooms and shows, etc.? I'm hearing that you guys aren't even having tourists come there. I don't know if that's true or not, Corey. Any thoughts?
I feel what I keep on getting is, in fact, I was talking to some friends. They wanted me to do an event in Vegas, so next year or something.
Mhm.
But I'm just feeling that prices will come down a bit. It's going as
Yeah.
soon as someone leaves, everything starts going back to where it's supposed to be.
So what are you feeling about, Arthur? What are you feeling about the Project 2025 people? Are they all going to be taken down? I feel like everybody that has any part of this will get taken down eventually.
You
Like
know
the
what they'll
neuro.
be doing? They'll be going like this. I guess I'm not part of the rapture. Bye.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's, you know what? Vegas might do a little better than Florida temporarily, because there's a lot of international people will fly into Vegas for the gambling and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. But it's not something that is sustainable. So I think that they're going to, prices will come down. But I agree with you, Aley. Yeah, it's not so much that prices will come down as it is that they're going to have to come down, because the rooms are going to be sitting empty.
Yeah.
There's, people are, they're not flying down to Vegas for the bachelorette party anymore or whatnot, because you don't know what to expect, right?
Yeah.
And that was a big thing from from some of the ladies up here.
Yeah.
Who would, you fly down for your bachelorette. It's a weekend.
Sure.
We cut loose.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Not a favorite place of mine. As a matter of fact, I can't even land in the airport. The negative energy absolutely destroys my aura. Now, I was in Reno. I used to live in Reno. I love Reno. Reno is just has a different energy to it. But I know people like Vegas, so no offense.
I remember years ago, I actually won a trip to Vegas.
Oh,
And
wow.
and it was shortly after my sister was married. And so she ended up coming down with me, because her husband was going to be hunting that week. So it worked out really nice. Anyway, she is she's very much an empath and psychic and whatnot in her own right. And same thing, as soon as we landed, she kind of grabbed my arm. She said, "Marina, this place is evil." And she didn't.
I don't care for it, but maybe people that are really empathic and stuff.
Yes.
They feel it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Arthur?
What? No, I had your friends in Vegas.
Good. Yeah.
I had a relative who was the concierge at the Sands for years.
Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And the stories he told, and then I had another friend there who they both since passed, but I was up there a lot. But then I've been there since they passed. There's no reason at this moment. But other friends are saying, let's get together.
Yeah.
And let's do something. We'll see.
Awesome.
One suggesting, what did he call it? Tea with Arthur.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Where just, have a one-on-one reading with somebody and in a suite or something like that, and see what happens.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you for the donations to Arthur's channel, and we will take your questions in a minute. Thank you so much. So is there a spy in the White House that will reveal what's really going on with his health?
It's not going to be a spy. It's just going to be a whistleblower.
Yeah. I get shifting alliances. The people that are that were supportive, that the more in tune ones who can see the writing on the wall. Because there are some that are going to go down. They're going to follow him into the bowels of hell. Entertainment purposes only.
Can we all take an insurance policy on him?
Yeah. Yeah, the lower working people that are seeing what's going down. I'm wondering, about like maybe the cook or the the people that work in cleaning area, because they're not picked by him.
No.
And but they're probably frightened. Everybody gets really frightened to death, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
When I worked as a reporter, that some of the best sources were always people that worked behind the scenes.
Sure.
Yes.
One of the best sources, florists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Who's sending flowers to who and why?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. And
All
because they're the unseen, right? They're the invisible people that just make
Yeah.
things happen. You don't pay attention to them. They're not
Absolutely.
worthy of your time. And yet,
Yeah.
When I used to play piano bars, I mean, I was like treated like a jukebox,
uh-huh.
which is fine.
Yeah.
How can we stop Trump? He is unfit. He's very ill. How can
He
we
is.
stop him? I always tell everyone, look, if we go around saying, I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life, the universe is going to give us that life that we hate.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
So start manifesting that we're in a democracy again.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yep. Absolutely.
Totally.
I was telling Marina that and others that when I was on my trip, I covered so many areas, and I was in a lot of red states, and there was not one red hat to be seen. There were other things that showed up, but so little of those things that I just don't know I just don't believe there's all these people that support him. I just can't believe that. And so I really think we're being flooded with bots, and these bots are pretending to be MAGA. I really do. Yeah.
What I want to do is get a lot of MAGA hats and hand them out to West Hollywood.
Oh.
And say, wear this, because we're going to bring out Make America Gay Again.
Yes.
Or you could get the Gavin Newsom hat. I like that even more.
Yeah.
2028. Yeah.
Apparently, I saw a little video about up in Canada, Whistler, BC, which is famous for skiing and whatnot. It's kind of like Banff, but it's in BC. And there was a fellow who was sitting in a cafe, enjoying his beverage when he saw two people walking by, and both of them had MAGA hats on. And he said, I couldn't help myself. I got very loud and told them, basically, how dare you wear that crap up here? And that he said they just slinked away. They just made themselves very, very small, and almost disappeared. And I thought, well, I think that's the attitude of a lot of the world is wherever JD Vance goes, there's protesting, and they're telling him how useless he is. Yeah.
You can't get a room here. You can't get a reservation here. Yeah. It's awesome. It really is.
Yeah. Was it you, Arthur, who referred to him as Miss Maybelline?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Maybelline.
There you go. Yeah.
Or Mascara Queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be the new ABBA song.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Laura, I think the Epstein files were released in some ways, weren't they? Or was it Ghislaine Maxwell interview with Todd Blanche?
That was other things. But that was, if you actually heard some of that and read the transcripts from the Todd Blanche interview, it was like, it's a lesson how to keep vomit in your mouth. It was horrible. Because she's like, oh, Mr. President was so, he's like, oh, please. She's saying whatever they want to say.
Sure.
And
that's something to gain.
But as far as the Epstein files and the names and the lists and all that, they're still there.
Yeah.
And we won't get them to eventually. I always say, if they pile them up so high, they're going to be taller than the Tower of Babel. But, and we know what happened to the Tower of Babel. It all came down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Sooner or later, we will. Yeah, we'll get all of it.
Yeah, they're just
I'm
going to
hoping
release
I'm around.
Democrats' names and dead Republicans.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
So I love this, Swarat. You dreamt of a state funeral, golden ivory casket, look around Obama and heads of state are all there. And the Pope was coming to do the mass. Then I had a flash and it was Biden's face. So let's, she wants to know if we can check on Biden.
I get it. Okay. I did it yesterday.
Okay.
I do him like every day. Check in, see what's going on around him.
Okay.
I think they should turn around and give him the Nobel Peace Prize.
Absolutely. Wouldn't that be something?
Yes.
The only one, orange one's going to get is if it's like, gold foil wrapped around chocolate.
He's going to get, what is it? There's a movie award you can get that's lousy. What is it? Do you remember?
Razzies.
The Razzies. Yeah. He'll get a state Razzie. Yeah.
Well, they keep on, they have to keep on going by and cleaning off his star on the
I know
Hollywood.
they do.
The funniest one was when somebody put like bars on top of it, so like he was in jail.
Didn't someone also defecate on it more than once? I thought so. Yeah. I get here strained relations and mounting tension. So I have this feeling that he might be, being gaslit by him and just, the nitty gritty stuff. Not that it usually doesn't care, but maybe he's dealing with that.
I think for Biden, I get power of persuasion. He doesn't, Biden doesn't need to defend himself against any of the things that Trump and his people say, because most people, if you've got two brain cells you can rub together, that Biden is not responsible for all the ills of the world. Is he perfect? No.
Right.
But he does not detain children and put them into cages.
But if they were to add Biden's IQ with Trump's, it would be it'd be fascinating how it was still equal Biden's.
Yes.
I heard Trump's was 73.
I have no doubt.
Yeah. I don't know for sure.
I'm keeping my mouth shut there because I don't want your channel thrown off the air.
Okay. What do y'all see for the Labor Day protests? Will 47 tell red states to arrest people? Will there be a big turnout?
Yeah,
it's also music, right? Yeah. You think it's going to be good?
I feel it's going to be another No King's Day. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. Is that on the 1st or is that like on the 3rd or something?
The 1st.
Oh, it is? Okay. All right. Well, all right. Marina, anything? Or you?
I get borders and deportation and misleading headlines. So I think that there will be lots of protesting where people are they're not happy with the way things are going. They're not happy with citizens being cast out of the country for because they happen to be brown. They're going to try to spin it.
Okay. I don't know if you guys saw Making of a Murderer with Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey. It was on Netflix a while ago. They were both charged with murder, I believe. Any hits on? I'm going to pull out my investigative cards here and see if that may have something. I don't know if you have to know. I don't know if you have to know about it in order to answer the question. So.
I don't know anything about it, so I'm just
okay.
Right. I just remember that they were charged, but not too much.
Oh boy. I get here that they were personally purposefully disappeared. So that's nefarious. And then I get aggressive attack, which I believe was what happened to, was he a man that was, he had some mental health issues, I believe. It was, yeah. And he was like a worker or something. I think they might have railroaded those two into this whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I get mask, not true facts.
Ah, yes. Okay.
And body is hidden. So yeah, that kind of makes me think that they're it's like a performance, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like
I agree. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Dolores is wanting to say a coup.
Yes.
I did hear that this is what all this is leading up to.
Or he's building a chicken coop for the
with bat guano.
Taco. Yeah. Taco and Taco Bell. Oh my God. I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but there was a TikTok where the woman was laughing and saying how the Air Force One is now being called the Peking Express because it has orange duck, and that Carolyn Leavitt is known as Taco Bell, and Melania is known as Taco Bell Grande.
I love that. Yeah, I really do. You told me that the other day. I thought that was awesome. That was awesome.
I think we just call it Airfo One.
Airfo, yeah. Yes.
There you go.
That too. Yeah. And
all right. So let's
see. Is he working on coup?
There's an economic challenge. I mean, he's got to make some new hats or new boots or
he can try. It ain't gonna happen.
Can. Liberation prevails, it says, which to me says that the army we're not going to allow that to happen. Yeah.
No.
All I say to about the millionaires is let them eat ramen.
Yeah. There you go.
Like when we were in college,
Yeah.
No, this is he's saying that because it, again, diversion, look here, don't look there. He is using intimidation tactics to try to push through a tyrannical leadership. People recognize it.
And it's called weapons of mass distraction.
Yeah.
There you go, Arthur. That's good. Yeah. It is.
Well, I did make that. It's a movie. It's funny as hell. It was Larry Gephardt, and it's really good. I think you should actually watch it on YouTube. Oh, and Kevin Loving Vibrations is in the house.
Hi, Kevin. Nice to see you. Kevin. Yeah, that's awesome. What do you think about senior citizens getting into nursing homes? I'm not too confident, but
no, because so many of them are they are for-profit businesses, and if you come in as a senior and you do not have the funds to be able to pay for it, they're not going to put you up for nothing. So it is going to lead to a lot of senior citizens being displaced.
I tried so hard to talk to my stepdaughter about the fact that she lives in Kentucky. She has no idea. She hates politics. She doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't want to know anything about it. She doesn't understand it. Leave me alone. I have my views or whatever. Yeah. And I said, how would you feel if your 13-year-old daughter was raped and couldn't get an abortion? How would you feel if she needed to go to have Medicare to go somewhere? How would you feel if you didn't have food stamps? Oh, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
You're right. Let's hope that it doesn't. for your
Right.
sake. Let's hope
But
that it doesn't.
there's a lot of people like her, unfortunately, that are living this lie.
It's the uneducated voter that Trump loves so much.
Yes.
Yeah. But this isn't even a voter, so there's that too.
Yeah.
we got
but
ignorance of
uneducated.
the vote. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's I mean there is such a thing as don't get wrapped up in the news, but then you can't bury your head and
Correct.
and la 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 la. It does no, you have to be aware. At least give it some thought that what would happen if.
yeah.
But
What are you going to do? You're
but
going to
I
come
have to put out there
Yeah.
again. We're all going to this. Oh my God! Our country's horrible. Look what's happening. Oh my God! Stop.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm saying I agree with all of this,
Yeah.
but we can't keep it every 5 minutes going down this rabbit
No,
hole.
I agree with that. No, I totally agree with that.
And sometimes people want to know, well, how are we going to get out of this? How are we going by you calling your representative?
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, we have the power.
They do.
Yeah.
I don't
Absolutely.
mean to preach you tonight. I'm sorry, but it just when everyone starts getting negative, and then everyone starts feeding on that negativity, it's not good for us, because then any positive stuff that we're working on, it negates it.
I agree.
Mhm.
I totally agree. So she's worried, or he's worried that we're upsetting you. Are we? Are we upsetting you, Arthur?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In total honesty, I had a really bad sore throat last night,
Ah.
and I actually took a Benadryl.
Oh, so you're
And
still
for 2 days, those things knocked me out. So if I'm not my
wow.
happy-go-lucky self, that's what it is.
Okay. No worries. No worries. We wouldn't want to
No.
upset.
No.
So,
Oh, are you kidding? I love doing LSD with
I
these
know
things.
you guys. Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got. If there's anything else, there is more, but
But
I'm
thank you for
trying
your concern. Oh, I'm all
That was
happy.
nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Very nice. Yeah.
Here's a good one. Could Trump be the reincarnation of Henry VIII? They both sound like they are rotting from the inside.
Near the end of their lives. Well, now.
Well, they have about the same amount of wives. No, not really. Wow.
Yes.
I'm not feeling it.
No, but there is some narcissism there.
There's some similarities, but
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, not with Henry VIII.
he probably himself thinks he's the reincarnation of like Genghis Khan.
Of
Yes.
course. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Totally. That Alexander the Great. The what was his name? Suleiman the Magnificent. All those. Yeah.
right.
That's
Only
who-
the good. Only the good. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Arthur, are you saying you were drugged out? If I was drugged out, no, you would know.
Gosh, we got to be careful here, Arthur. We don't
No,
want to.
you would know. I would say we're here to entertain you, and I'd start singing, and
Yes.
that's when I use gummies.
That's
That's
it.
another story.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. And we're not pushing that. We're just, should the need arise?
Mhm.
No, Marina's not a pusher. She just sells it.
Yes.
Oh God. So maybe relevant.
The homeless people, where they go?
He's sending them to a mental health facility, except I don't think there are any. So where is he sent? He opened up the Japanese internment camps.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's
Either that, or he's going to put him in some kind of prison. Do you think Alexander Alcatraz, alligator, Alcatraz?
Yes.
Blah,
It's
they're
going-
supposed to get out of there. Are they gonna?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We've all been predicting it's not going to last.
Okay.
We've all been predicting it.
Okay.
It's just that when you hear we're the homeless people.
Yeah.
Today's Soylent Green.
I
Tomorrow's
know.
Soylent Purple.
Oh
Yes.
my God. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother used to she couldn't even hear Charlton Heston say Soylent Green is people, or she'd go crazy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, totally.
The Texas Dems in the House have been fined over $10,000 for leaving the state. Well, they have to pay it. They have a 24/7 cop with them. I know that, is it Nicole? Is that her name? Nicole? She's
Yes.
suing.
Yes.
They kidnapped her and
Yes.
held
She's in
her.
they were in the bathroom and they got her.
Yes.
That's so crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
No,
You know what? Sue them for 10,000. Sue them for 100,000.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. There's it's not going to work. The only thing that that the GOP does when they do things like that is they draw attention to the fact that what they are doing is wrong. Right?
Yeah.
If you can't convince people based on your ideas, if you don't have a platform that people can get behind, gerrymandering isn't the answer. Right?
But I saw the map, Marina. Oh my God. The map is like almost all red, and there's teeny tiny pinpoints, and there's one in Houston, Austin, and Dallas, and that's it.
That's it. Everything else is pink and red.
Yep. Just and it already was small enough anyway.
And it only had two little spots in the one before. So
yes,
right. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. If they go ahead with this, I'm really looking forward to what Gavin Newsom is going to do.
Oh yeah.
Because let's face it, if you're going to have a battle of wits between Newsom and Abbott, my money's on Newsom.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third. Oh, wrong Abbott.
Yes.
I saw a video that Gavin Newsom had done, and he was being interviewed, and he was talking about his mother. And one day he got a phone call from his mother. She says, "You need to come. This isn't even a joke. You need to come over tomorrow because I'm going to be dead, and so I'd like to see you before I die." And he's like, "I know I haven't talked to you in a while," she says. So he goes over there. His sister's there. And his mother is there, and she's going to have assisted suicide, apparently. But she's sitting there with all these photo albums. Remember when we went here? Remember when we went there? We did this, we did that, he did it. He said it was so unreal and surreal. And the next thing they did was they she said, "Okay, I'm ready." So they stuck her with the needle. And her stomach started to hurt, I guess. And her sister flipped out because she was in pain and ran out of the room, leaving Gavin there all by himself. And I thought, he just said it the other day. But what really, I'm thinking to myself, which was worse, that or being married to Kimberly Guilfoyle? I don't know. He's had some tragedies he's had to work through.
Yes.
What a crazy thing to happen. Can you even imagine getting a phone call? "Hi, can you come over? Make sure you're here tomorrow because I won't be here Thursday."
Yes, yeah. I'm checking out.
Yeah. Do they come by for the trash on Friday?
You never know. It could be a quick pickup. It would certainly be cheaper than a cremation would be,
Uh-huh.
I already have mine taken care of.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister's like, "What am I supposed to do with your ashes?" I said, "I've already paid the rent at Neiman Marcus. Put it amongst the plants."
Yes. Yeah.
You know what? What is it? The guy in the Rolling Keith Richards, didn't he put some of his fathers in little pills and take them?
That I don't know.
Wow.
Because he was whacked out somewhere.
But actually, there is a book, "Bury My Ashes" at not Neiman Marcus, a high-end store in New York. I forget the name of it, but so that's what
okay. That's different. Absolutely. The blackout day on September 17th is a day we're not supposed to pay for gasoline, food, medicine, unless it's an emergency, of course. And I don't even know, we maybe not supposed to go to work? That would be fine with me.
I think I'm scheduled for readings that day.
Yeah, we'll be a lot of people. We'll be around, and that doesn't
Yes.
count because we tell you good news, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but there.
I keep on I keep on reading this one about they keep on asking was he Caligula?
Yeah.
I just do you remember when they first came out in the late 70s where they would take a movie theater and put a wall up and it all of a sudden became a duplex?
Yes. Yep.
In Philadelphia, they did that.
Okay.
But when they ran the ad, it looked like a double feature. Caligula and Annie.
Jeez. Oh, that's a good choice. Yeah. Well, it could have been that, or it could have been what is it? The little dog there. You could have put a dog's name. Like Pluto or
Yeah,
Snoopy or yeah.
Benji.
That was just really wrong though. Every time I see Caligula, that's all I always think of.
Well, he could have been Nero because he fiddled as Rome burned, and this man has no idea that the United States is burning, right? So
no,
it's a
none.
coincidence.
No, but Nero's wife died, and then he castrated his little boy and made him his wife, his consort.
Well, isn't that exciting? And we thought Dobson's idea was a bad one.
Yeah, Eric, you might want to go out with protection.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Yeah. Do you guys see what will happen to the military members that are breaking their oath by following illegal orders? And fake ICE, once is gone, will they be arrested? Crimes against humanity. Thanks. I'm just going to say this. If they're not following orders, they're not breaking the oath.
Yeah.
In other words, their oath is to the Constitution, not the individuals.
But he's giving them illegal orders.
Yeah, but
right?
I'm just saying the way the question was answered.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, they say whatever they're doing, if they follow the orders, they're not following the oath to begin with.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you want to be real proactive, they're suggesting you put a Mexican flag sticker on the back of your car, on your bumper, and you will be pulled over and questioned and yada, yada, yada. And that is one way of fighting the system, because they're spending all their time working with somebody that has nothing to do with it, that isn't illegal or whatever, or speaking Spanish more, one or the other. Yeah.
And I love what some of the guys in Los Angeles were doing. As soon as the ICE would park their vehicles or whatever and go chase people, they would tow them. You're illegally parked.
Oh my!
That would be great. I would like that.
That's not a joke. That was real.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That is real. Yep.
Totally.
This is probably going to be our last question this evening, Jeannie. Thank you. Will Ambassador to France Charles Kushner, good old Jared's papa, be removed from France for calling the French anti-Semitic for recognizing the Palestine state? Wow.
Will he be recalled? No.
Not from Trump.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Macron may be upset about it, but
could they send him away? Could they Macron send him away?
He could. Yeah.
He could, because he's in his country, even though he's at the,
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. There countries do that fairly often. If there's a dispute or something, it's like, get your ambassador out of here, because that the ambassador is a representative of another country. I allow you to be in to occupy space in my country.
Right.
So
but
there's no diplomatic immunity type thing.
No,
I wouldn't think in this case.
Right.
As you would, if you were driving a car and you were drunk, there's a lot of things that can go under the
Yeah,
Wow.
But
absolutely.
going back to the other question, though, I do feel in time, all these guys on ICE are getting paid.
Oh, a lot of money.
So there's got to be a 1099 or something with these guys' social security addresses and information,
Hmm.
so they can be found out.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of these, well, actually, I saw something. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a page, like in a magazine, and it had them with their face mask and without. And they were ICE agents, and their names were listed and everything.
Wow.
Well, that's when they say, "Oh, they're doxing them. They're doxing them." You know, well,
Yeah. Well, that's what you used to do to other people
Yeah.
too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Ah,
So
wow.
yeah, no, totally. Yeah. And yeah, Kushner could be expelled. That's the word. Yeah. Expelled.
And Jill, I
from
think that's true. Host country could request it. And that's what didn't that happen to that gal that spoke out against Trump in Ukraine? Remember that lady that was the ambassador to Ukraine?
I'm not sure, but Marine has here. Kennedy's father was removed from Ireland as
Oh.
ambassador for doing something. I can't remember what it was. Bootlegging,
He
maybe?
probably was dancing with Gypsy Rose Lee.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Thought about letting
Yeah.
that opinion.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Well, everybody, thank you for being with us this evening. And this concludes my month for this show. And next month, the show will be hosted on Marina's channel. And Marina and I meet midway between the month. And then
Yes.
Arthur's always here on the last Monday of the
Monday.
month.
Yes.
Last Monday of the month. And we love having him. Thank you for being with us,
Absolutely.
Arthur. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Really, thank you.
Yes.
And
I
I'm-
hope you like
it's
Roger.
Benadryl. I'm not upset or anything like that, really.
But
See?
they want you to get better. Yeah. Get your
Yes.
throat better. Yeah.
Totally.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Thank you
Yeah.
for
Night.
being with us.
Bye
Bye
for
bye.
now.
Oops, I gotta find the outgo. Let me see if I can get that.